Hello, I'm Christine, and today is my stop on the vlogger tour for the charitable project Project Dress a Girl 2023. This is the third year for this charitable event being run by Maddie. She is Maddie Sews here on YouTube, and over on Instagram, she's Maddie Sews for Curves. I'm going to be providing links and information in the description box below. There's a lot to know, but this is a very worthwhile charitable event, and I hope you plan on participating. This is my third year of participation, and I look forward to this every September. It runs the full month of September. There will be different vloggers coming on each day, or just about every day, to tell you about the project, give you hints, tips, pattern recommendations. Yesterday we heard from Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. Today it's my turn and Agatha's turn. She's in Agatha's cottage. And tomorrow we'll be hearing from Anne-Marie. I'm going to be linking everybody below, and Maddie has a playlist of all the videos, so it's a way to collect all this information. Before we go further, I want to talk about my first year participating in Project Dress a Girl. I sewed a fully lined A-line jumper. Actually, I sewed about 13 of them. And those jumpers were going to a specific purpose in place, and they had buttons on them. Dress a Girl Around the World, which is the group that we're partnering with, has very strict requirements on dresses, and that's so that these dresses can be as usable as possible. And one of them is to have no fasteners like buttons or zippers or Velcro or snaps. So if you see my video from 3 years ago, you'll see I sewed some dresses with buttons, and I would take that video down, except it's my most popular video on my channel. People are finding it very helpful on how to sew a lined dress where all the seams are nice and neatly enclosed. So I have put in the description box that that is not a pattern to use for Project Dress a Girl. So let me show you what I've made so far. I just have one dress so far. I will definitely be making more. I also plan to pop on throughout the month with some tips and techniques for sewing little girl dresses and some pattern recommendations. So this is a pattern that I already own. This is by Violet Field Threads. It is the Piper dress. And this has several versions and options for the dress. And I went for a very simple dress with a sleeve. I left out some of the embellishments because the embellishments could get in the way of this dress being very wearable. The embellishments I'm talking about, it had a collar, a Peter Pan collar, which is really cute, but in all likelihood, there's going to be no way to iron this dress. It may be washed in a bucket, a river, a stream, so some of those embellishments I left off. To make up for not having the sweet Peter Pan collar or the little bow in the back, I played with my stripes on my pocket placements. One of the requirements for the dresses for Dress a Girl is that they have pockets and also that they have a label. So let me give you a close-up here. The label's to be prominent on the dress and have at least one pocket. I chose to put 2 on this dress. The dresses are to have, as I said earlier, no closures or fasteners other than ties. And they ask not to use grosgrain ribbon for a tie. That phrase, it does not hold up very well. But you could most certainly use bias tape or a bias binding of the same fabric to tie in the back. Now this simple dress just slips over the head. You'll see the back has a little scoop, and it will easily fit over the child's head. This is a size 4. It's giving me a little bit of a candy striper vibe. I think it's adorable. And if you follow this channel, you know I love to sew children's clothes and I love seersucker. So this is my first dress. It also meets the requirements of being modest. It does have a fully lined bodice, so that will be nice for modesty for the little girl. And what else can I say about it? The elastic cuffs. I just think it is so cute. And it's not a cuff, it's a sleeve. An elastic casing and the sleeve. So this was a very quick, easy pattern to sew. I'm thinking that I might sew the next several dresses in a tween size for some of the older girls. I do have some tween patterns. I'm not sure if I've had them printed yet, but that's what I think I'll be sewing next to make sure that every girl has a dress. Now, there have been a few questions in the sewing community year over year about this charity, and I thought I'd address a couple of them. One is, what about boys? We're working with Dress a Girl around the world that is providing dresses to girls living in extreme poverty. So we're sewing girl dresses. And so for this event, it's a little girl's dress. We are asking that the fabric be something that is modest. It doesn't have words on it or characters or holiday themes or patriotic. And we're asking that the fabric be suitable for this. These dresses are going to be worn a ton. It may be the only dress the child has, so it needs to be able to stand up to a lot of wash and wear, and some of it may be rough washing. So things like pillowcases or very thin fabric is no bueno for the Project Dress a Girl dress. See Madi's video and the information below for more information on what is acceptable to the charity and what is not. There's a very good reason underlying the guidelines that they put out there, and I hope you'll understand them, and I really hope you'll participate. Now, I want to give a great big shout out to Lynn. I've been chatting with her. She is a Dress a Girl Around the World ambassador for Sedona. I think I'm going to be sending my dresses to Lynn. Their group is coming together in the month of September, and they are going to be sewing, she said, they pledged 70 dresses, and she's already heard from someone that they're going to be sending her 65 dresses. Very exciting. And I want to thank all of the ambassadors out there who are working with us. There is a list of ambassadors who are willing to accept dresses from anybody in our community. If you want to be on the safe side, you can always send them to Madi, or you can send them to the Maryland Club. Information down below. But if you want to bring them by to somebody near you, then look at the list of ambassadors who've said they'll accept our dress. You may ask, why don't all the ambassadors accept the dresses? Some of the ambassadors are ambassadors for a small church group or something, and they don't have the space or the capacity to receive the dresses we send in. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I look forward to hearing what you're sewing. I'm going to link in the end cards a little mini series of tutorials that is directed towards sewing girls' dresses, and I think you might find it useful. I've also linked Madi's video, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.